Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, now welcome back to Reframing Mindset podcast. My name is Constant Brooks. I know this episode we're going to talk about the night week experience, bro. A night week. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not going to lie, bro. That night week was was a trial. I can work all in this at the end of the night week, bro. And it has been a trial, bro. It has been a trial. Like I'm glad I make it out, but bro, they had me in the hot seat the whole week. Because what happened was like that night week. So yeah, if you'd have known, when I started out with a team and the team made it to the underjob training. Well, most of the team. And we were there, but what happened was that we were placed in like a smaller team, like a team of four. And what will happen now every day, we have the team leader commanders basically train us and after the skills that we need to do to execute on each day while taking the calls. And we will just be doing that. So our four of us will be doing it and then we will get criticism based on each of us what we've been doing. So basically what happened was like this week, like some of the days it was only me out of my team is there. Only me. And it's like, yo, I'm taking all the heat off the cause. Because like, yo, if you remember, this is my first time in this industry. So it's like, yo, I'm, I'm out here putting out my best foot, but they have me in a hot seat. Every time I do something wrong, the whole lead up, I'm like, bro. And it's like I couldn't catch a break. couldn't. And then what happened was that the next day, those other teammates would come back and be like, yo, I would have to be like, yo, you guys left me in the hot seat yesterday, bro. You guys left me in the hot seat yesterday. I would just go back and I would still be in the hot seat because I remember the day before. But what happened was that, yo, I was in the hot seat until like, the Thursday, bro. The Thursday. Like the Thursday was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like I got a call, bro. I got a call, and this person could not hear a word I was saying. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And this turned into an hour call. I was like, "Yo, they're killing me, bro. They're killing me." So after that day, now the next day I came in with the farm, like come like, "Yo, everything," and then boom, it was my best day that second day. And that not the second day, but next day was good. I hit all the targets. I hit all the targets that day, and then the last day in the week now, I never get to hit all the. I, well, I think I hit all the targets. I left, but I hit one of the main targets. But as I said, based on how the stats is calculated after a certain time interval. So by the time I finish work, all my calls will be logged, so I would know how well the other calls kind of matched up. Because what I do is just take all the calls and did the average, and then I will get my stats for the day. So I left before the average could have been done, but yeah, I did well. I did well that day as well. I, t- I did well that day as well. So what happened? So this night week, I can say that, yo, I got the basics down, and I got most of it done now, and I know how to basically press forward, so I can average um a better stats going forward. With this new with me going through all this trial by fire and going through hell, like being in a hot seat for so long. Um, it was for the good. It was for the good, and now I kind of get the basics done. I'm not the best. I'm not great yet, but most of the basics I got done now. So when I get them, I can just run through them quick and then just rack up my stats. So that if you remember from the 8 week and like bonus it, so I could just start racking up the stats. But the thing about it is that I might not get it this month. Because what happened was the stats is basically from month to date. So what happened is that they track the stats from like the first of the month until the day you're going to get paid, and then that average is what you get the bonus from. So when I started the month, I started the month terrible because my first time, my first time doing it, so it was terrible. But when I started to get good now, I have a lot of field to basically try to climb out of. So um, I guess what the rest of this month is going to be, because we're still in the in the new year first month. I'm just going to just hone in on the skill, so that February I'll be like, yo, like that, honing on the skill. That's basically what the rest of the January going to be. Me honing on the skill, practicing my speech, becoming more eloquent, more better enunciation, pronunciation, better emotional response, because that's another thing as well. I have to be able to kind of connect to these people on an emotional level, all those stuff. So that that's what this rest of this month is going to be focusing on. So that for February, when my stats reset and everything go back to zero, I'm starting off on a roll, bro. I'm starting off on a roll. Yeah. So I said, you know, I was I was glad that I was glad when I get that I was off that last day in the week. And if you remember from my weekend and day off episode, I have 2 day offs back to back now. So when I'm recording this on one of the day off, and the next day is also a day off as well. But it will not be released until way out. That may be released until maybe the 10th week. This episode. hmm So, like I said, bro, this night week was a trial by fire, but it was for the good, so I could hone in on the skill. And the thing about it is that this night week was when I get the most criticism. Like, yo, I got called in for coaching, and that the person is on me, and it's like this time I had to push back and be like, not for the sake of trying to fair myself, but yo, just to make sure that we're on the same page. Because the thing about it is that when she gave me the coaching, it's like, yo, she's saying like, yeah, I'm not trying. But the thing about it is that I was trying. I am trying, but just that it takes a while for the skill to kick in. But when it does, yes, yes. So that was what I was trying to explain to her, and she never fully embraced it. But the next day, I came in and I was clocking that nice score and I was showing that yes, just to kind of get them off my back for a while, just clocking that good score. And I did that somewhat the next day as well, the last day in the week. So next week, I'm just doing that, going to continue that as well. Meanwhile, trying to focus on the thing that they told me to focus on as well, just so they can, I can get leeway, not being hot seat for a while, so I have more time to actually focus on the other areas that I actually need to focus on. So that's basically the plan as well. But yeah, this ninth week, it was really, really. I just wanted it to finish. I just wanted it to finish, but I'm glad that it's finished. And next week, the next 10th week, I guess I'm going in stronger, more informative, more knowledgeable, and more wiser. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
So it's gonna be the end of January update, because we're in 2023 now, and I know the we're still here, so I might as well try to continue the thread. Continue the thread. So Basically, I say I'm ending 2023. It was a trial. It was a trial, but I'm ending 2023 feeling good, not bad, not bad, but good. So this good is not a good like, oh, I'm happy. Just that it's not bad, you know. I'm feeling more positive going to February. That's what I can say. Feeling more positive going to February. What? So I have to say, this January we're going went into being employed, and at the time of this recording, we're basically like what,